Donald Trump is back on the campaign trail. And just like his business dealings, his 2024 presidential campaign is raising eyebrows. This time, it's not about bankrupt casinos. It's about his fundraising tactics. Trump's approach is simple. Promise favors, get money. Need a regulation changed? Have a policy you want pushed through? Just pay up. Critics say it's a recipe for corruption. They're worried about Trump selling influence to the highest bidder. His donor list reads like a who's who of the ultra-rich. We're talking Elon Musk, fossil fuel tycoons, and crypto kings. They're not exactly who you picture when you think we the people. It's not just about individual donors either. Trump's also relying heavily on political action committees. Remember those? He used to call them corrupt. Now, he's happy to take their money. Let's talk about Elon Musk for a second. You know, the guy who tweets more than a teenager with a new phone? He's a big Trump supporter and a big donor. This has people worried. See, Musk's companies like Tesla and SpaceX rely on government contracts and regulations. If Trump wins, will he return the favor? Will Musk get preferential treatment? It's a fair question, and let's not forget, Musk himself is controversial. He promotes conspiracy theories like they're going out of style. Him being in Trump's corner doesn't exactly inspire confidence. This whole situation just reeks of conflict of interest. It's like letting your friend who owns a bar set the drinking age. Not exactly fair, is it? Remember when Trump campaigned against political action committees? He called them a disaster, a rigged system. Fast forward to 2024, guess what? He's embracing them like an old pal. These PACs are like the Wild West of campaign finance. They can raise unlimited money from anyone, corporations, billionaires, you name it. And they don't have to disclose their donors. It's like a shadowy league funding elections from the shadows. So what happened to Trump's principles? Did he have a change of heart? Or did he realize that unlimited, untraceable money is just too good to pass up? Trump promised to drain the swamp. Instead, he seems to be filling it with $100 bills. This transactional approach to politics erodes public trust. It creates a system where the wealthy elite call all the shots. It's not just about outright bribery, it's about the subtle influence of money. When politicians are beholden to donors, they're less likely to represent the interests of everyday people. This isn't how democracy is supposed to work. We need a system where everyone has an equal voice, not just those who can afford to buy it. Part 5, the Republican Party. Is it Trump's party now? Politico is currently running an investigation into Trump's grip on the GOP. They want to know just how much power he wields. Is his endorsement a guaranteed win? Is defying him political suicide? It's a scary thought. If one man can dictate the fate of an entire party, what does that say about our democracy? It seems the Republican Party is at a crossroads. Will they be the party of Trump or the party of, actual conservative values? The findings of this investigation could have huge implications. It could determine the future of the GOP, and it could shape American politics for years to come. Part 6. Has corruption become the new normal? Rolling Stone magazine recently published a disturbing article. The title, Has Corruption Become the New Normal? It's a question we all need to be asking ourselves. The article argues that we've become desensitized to corruption. We're so used to scandals and shady dealings that we barely bat an eyelid anymore. That's dangerous. When we accept corruption as normal, we allow it to flourish. We need to wake up and realize this isn't normal, it's wrong. It undermines the very foundation of our democracy. Part 7. Big business, bigger influence. Speaking of corruption, let's talk about corporations. They're like the sugar daddies of American politics. They shower politicians with money, hoping for favors in return. And it's not just about campaign contributions. Corporations also spend millions lobbying for favorable legislation. They fund think tanks that push their agenda. They're everywhere, pulling the strings from the shadows. This corporate influence is like a giant thumb on the scales of justice. It tips the balance in favor of the wealthy and powerful. and it leaves ordinary people feeling powerless and unheard. Part 8. Can we fix this mess? So how do we clean up this mess? How do we get money out of politics? Well, there are a few things we can do. First, we need to shine a light on the problem. That means more transparency in campaign finance. We need to know who's donating to whom and how that money is being spent. Second, we should consider public financing of elections. This would reduce the influence of wealthy donors and create a more level playing field for all candidates. Finally, we need to hold our elected officials accountable. If they're caught engaging in corrupt practices, they should face serious consequences. Part 9. The price of democracy. Democracy isn't free, it takes effort, it takes vigilance, and it takes a willingness to stand up for what's right. We can't just sit back and expect things to change on their own. We need to demand better from our leaders. We need to demand a system that is fair, transparent, and accountable. The future of our democracy depends on it. Part 10. A call to action. Don't let anyone tell you your voice doesn't matter. It does. Get involved. Contact your representatives. Donate to organizations fighting for campaign finance reform. Every little bit helps. Together we can reclaim our democracy and build a system that works for everyone, not just the wealthy and well-connected.